So get prepared. And the role of the educational institution would be to provide an approach to the students rather than the so-called knowledge. It is the wisdom which has to be provided rather than the data. Because data is no problem now. Analysis of data also is no problem now. It is going to be the wisdom by which we are capable of finding out the solutions. So we have to be innovators for all the students across all the streams. At the same point of time, students of architecture would have a bit of advantage because design thinking is a part of your life. In other streams, they're now coming up with the design thinking. And you have already that kind of a thing as such when, they say that architects have that kind of a possibility where they are capable of finding out a 360 degrees sort of understanding and the solution. And that's what you are going to do. So I'm very, very sure that this conference would give you insight. Certain things you would understand, certain things you would not understand, but be there. Listen to the things. Try to read across what is happening around. It's a great response that you have got something like a 180 odd papers. That's what has been talked about. And that's a really, really good thing to happen. I'm looking forward. Another thing which, and I was discussing with the Honorable Vice Chancellor, and I said that Council of Architecture has started with this. Number one is that we are talking about the Center of Excellences, whereupon we come in the campus possibly, and we start doing something and try to trigger, and we start doing some kind of a research. Naturally, in case if the university is interested, we also would like to be the partners to it. I'm also glad to state that, I was talking with Dr. Ramesh Shrikondaji, and even SPI Vijayawada also would be eager to basically be a partner to the such kind of activity, whereupon if we are talking about specifically the technology and designs which are required for the hilly region. So I'm not only talking about Mizoram, I'm talking about all the possible hilly regions which are there, and we can start developing a scenario and the research, a methodic research in that. That is possible, one. Number two is that Council of Architecture started with the international conferences on the relevant topics which are related to the profession and the education. So first of that has happened at VIT Vellore a few days back. The next one is going to be, that was on architectural education as such and the crossroads on that. The second one is going to be at Mumbai, whereupon we are going to talk about the disruptive technologies. And so there is a possibility which we can work it out that this is a beautiful, beautiful place. So whereupon actually, if we have an international conference, I would be also happy to, put it up across here. So we would look at what is the infrastructural needs and so on and so forth. But as a, basically as a scenario as such, we are very, very happy if we are capable of conducting that conference, third conference, maybe here in your premises. So let us see how are we capable of working it out. My best wishes to all of you, the students, the faculty, for the conference as such. I'm eagerly looking forward as to what are the outcomes of this conference, and I will be keeping watch on that. Thank you very much for inviting me here. I'm glad that I came, and I'm very sure that this bond is going to be there for now lifelong. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Mizoram.
Thank you so much, President Sir. We hope to have you more in our campus and in our department and see you more often. It is my honor to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Mizoram University and patron of INCoRBE 2024, Professor Dibakar Chandra Deka, to deliver his speech.
Good morning and namaskar, Sivai. Honorable, our esteemed guest, President of the Indian Council of Architecture, Professor Purohit, then Director School of Architecture and Planning in Vijayawada, Professor Ramesh Srikandaji, and our members of the Mizoram Architecture Forum, and my esteemed colleagues, Registrar Professor Lalu Nagaji, then Finance Officer Bonaral Sauna, and then head of the, Dean of the School of Fine Arts, and this is School of this, Professor Pasua, then head of the department, Srivastavji, all my other colleagues and students. Whether you call it a red letter day or golden letter day, I don't know. It is open to you, but this is a very important day for Mizoram University and especially for the School of Fine Arts, Architecture and Fashion Technology. And the last 20th of February, this complex, so beautiful complex, were virtually inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister from Srinagar. And today we are practically inaugurating this complex. Because that day nobody came here, always seeing the Prime Minister in the auditorium. It was virtual only. But today practically we are inaugurating this complex with such a very academic forum, academic discussion. So I think that's why, in my view, this today is more important than 20th. Maybe we are none to Prime Minister, but I feel practically this is a golden day in the history of Mizoram University, especially for the School of Architecture, Planning, Fine Arts, all these things. This complex, I must thank our chief architect, whoever designed and his staff, also some contribution from our own faculty. This landscape is very beautifully used without much damage to the complex. Landscape should be like, you see, if any of you have gone to IIT Guwahati guest house, they have not destroyed the natural landscape, and they have made the building under that landscape. Here also similar thing done. Nature should not be destructive. We should add beauty to the nature if possible. This landscape is nicely used. Building design I really like. And I wish that very soon on faster, this will be a prominent complex, not only in the state of Mizoram, but in the entire, if not all over India, but at least in the entire Northeast. We should be able to attract people here. Yeah. And for that, many things can be done. President of the Indian Council of Architecture is ready to help. Professor Srikandaji is here, he is ready to help. And there will be many people too ready to help. Only thing is that we should come forward. Unless we come forward, no, their help will be useless and they will be frustrated. We should come forward, not to make them frustrated. Say these fine words, these encouraging words in his speech, Professor Purohit, we should take seriously. And that. And the one new element in the, I have seen that in the architecture, all these things, I notice sometimes, though I have don't have any basics about architecture, design, but every human being has a little bit affinity towards fashion and architecture. Everyone, whether you formally study or not. So what I have noticed is that new building design, what is the seminar is called Rethinking Building Environment. One new element added to the building environment is the green building. What is called concept of green building. That means maximize the utilization of natural light, daylight. That should be recognized. And you can see this complex is completely green complex. We have maximum utilization of that. This seminar hall itself is a green. So far energy utilization is concerned. But one thing I will request all of you. Our concept should be not only in letter but also in spirit. Probably all of us we understand what is letter and spirit. Green concept is in letter, spirit is in practical use. So I request that, see such a small but beautiful seminar hall, we are maximizing the use of light. And does it matter if we put off the lights on the ceiling? That is the spirit. Why we are keeping the lights on? That is the thing. Just to show you an example, not applicable here only, everywhere in our room, in the whole complex, where there is no need of the lights, why should we keep it on? If we are not doing that, putting off those, then concept of green building will be a failure. So that nobody, architect is not coming to do here. We are the user, consumer, have to be, that spirit we must have. Okay? So that kind of thing. So please look at that complex is given to your hands, teachers and students, how best you use saving energy is also creating energy, generating energy. It is as good as generating energy, and Mizoram is already in shortage of power generation supply. So please keep that in mind. Now, because we don't have much time, later we can talk about. Now, about this building complex, we'll see that our Professor Purit has given some ideas, clues. We have to work on that. First thing that he will bring seminar, all these things, most welcome. We'll make it happen. But thing is that what is most important for this department is 2 points I'll mention today. One point is that yesterday I told him that you go around the complex and see the facility created. If you are satisfied, please help to increase the intake capacity. I don't know. I have heard that it was earlier 40 or something. It has been reduced to 30 or 20 something. And because of the infrastructure was not there. Now, we will not request undue something. I have asked him, please visit it, see the infrastructure. If the intake capacity can be increased, the whole country, especially Northeast, will be benefited. We have a heavy demand, large number of applications. So please help to increase the intake capacity. Second is that center of excellence. Let us work in the fast track. How quickly we can bring that. Very important. We cannot wait because this is the Mizoram University, not very old, and this is relatively still newer. We will have to compete with many other schools of architecture. We cannot be left behind. But our competition will be in a different aspect. It is like we are not directly going to compete the innovation done by them. We should create new innovation of our own. And there is plenty of resources in this area. For example, architecture, or building. The what is called seminar is the rethinking of building environment. This topic, rethinking built environment, let us start here itself. That how the built, if I not wrongly understood, the rethinking built environment, that way Mizoram, the urban, the environment is being created, that has to be taken seriously, rethink over that, whether properly it is going in proper direction or not. And as you know, in the other Himalayan states, in the other cities on Himalayan region, they are facing natural disaster in the recent past. And we are in Northeast, it's probably lucky that that kind of disaster has not happened yet. But God is not going to safeguard us always. We have to safeguard ourselves. So we should give our rethinking built environment in this region so that similar disaster does not happen. So what should be the proper stable architecture, both durable and modern? Maybe a bamboo house, but inside should be with all modern facilities, very good, so that we can attract tourism, all these things. So you, all of you know better than me. I'm just thinking, we are not going to compete with building architecture of Dubai. We should not go to building architecture of Singapore or Hong Kong. Don't follow them. Don't bring those. You bring ideas, innovation, not those technologies. We need a different kind of technology. Tokyo City does not follow building architecture of America or London. They follow a different kind of, outside looks same, but inside is quite different. Because they frequently, monthly 5-6 earthquakes are always coming in Tokyo. I had been there for 1 year. So I know that. So same technology cannot sustain there. Similarly, same technology borrowed from Hong Kong, Dubai, they are making very 100-story, 200-story building. Those cannot sustain here. We should keep in mind. But we need modern amenities. Keeping that in mind, so rethinking built environment should be taken seriously. And if the Center of Excellence is given, that can be taken, all these things research. And another conclusion, another thing came to my mind is that fashion should be taken seriously. I think biggest market in fashion, you see, biggest market is fashion, and not much investment. Investment is very little. Not much high technology is required. Only the Usha sewing machine is required. Only idea is important. See, our Purohit is having a what is so-called Modi coat or something, and little sense there. Our architect also having that. It is something like Mizu design. It will make a fashionable. Same, only a stitch. Like this time, our convocation was held on 26th. The costumes was very good. I like that. And not the traditional Western type of thing. Traditional element is there, Western element is there, but even then with a very simple some stripe from the khadis of the handloom of the Mizo given. Just I'm telling. So similar kind of thing, Mizoram, there is itself, I have had 13, 14 sub-tribes are there. Lusai, Mizo, similar type of thing. Everyone have their own design. Similarly, other hill states also. Nagaland, Arunachal. In Assam also have Deuri, Mising, Assamese. So many sub-tribes are there, Boru. Everyone have very interesting fashions, which are mostly for women. Fortunately, I'll say. So, if those can be infused into each other, a new style of design fashion can be created. So this department should look into that, not blindly follow the something done by others, something innovative in our own. So lastly, I will say that good ideas come from only from architects. It is not like that. Sometimes good ideas, elements of idea may come. They may not execute, but ideas come from non-architects also. So I would like to see that sometimes you do competition in open competition among all the students or all over the state or all over the Northeast. Maybe you open a competition in some kind of fashion design, maybe a dress material for ladies, a dress material for gents, or any kind of building design outside, not inside, internal, external. So those things, if we make an open competition, then some good idea may be coming. And this is how the, rupee symbol, our young generation may not be aware. The rupee symbol came by open competition all over India, and it was designed by IIT Guwahati. Many of our is familiar with the rupee symbol like dollar, rupee. But many of us may not know where it was, how it was achieved. Okay, so similar kind of fashion design competition can be done. And now what I can see is that in Assam, I've been a long time there, it is my birthplace as a state. See the nowadays building, one element I'm telling, multi-storied building, all the flats Guwahati are having. Nobody stays in the ground floor. It is for parking. And from first floor onwards, there are the flats, living rooms or all these things. Every house almost, not every house. Now this is the kind of element. But this is not an old concept, new concept, old concept. But when you go to upper Assam area where missing Deori peoples live, mostly on the river banks, forest areas, where wildlife are plenty, they used to live this kind of houses, though made of wood and bamboo. They never used to live on the ground. They have a first floor made of bamboo or wood, they live there. Because of many reasons. Now, it is coming to the cities where you will see parking lot is on the ground floor and rest is built over there. So, that is kind of things. So I hope, and you will be, I hope that that kind of competition will help to bring in many new ideas which will be executed given then the rest will be in the hand of architects. Only idea will be coming from the general public. So I will not make long because we have other meetings. I think our chief guest is also will be hurry. So with these few words, I will stop here. I wish this department will be an ideal model department to take the Mizoram University forward. And a new building, new structure will be coming. They will take the clue from your complex, how to do beautification, how to use the landscape without disturbing the natural environment. So this period I will stop here. I would like to see that this department school take a fast track in the next 4 years before I complete 5 years. Okay, and I wish you good luck. And Jai Hind. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to remind everyone and the dignitaries on the dais that President COA sir would be leaving at 11:15, so I would request the speeches to be a bit limited. I now request our registrar sir to come and deliver a short speech to all of us.
Good morning, everyone. The chief guest of today's function, Honorable President, Council of Architecture, is Sri Purohitji, and guest of honor, Professor Ramesh Kundra from Vijayawada, the Dean of the school, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dibakar Chandra Deka, the President of Mizoram Architect Forum, Kural Rinzuwala, and members of Mizoram Architect Forum, and my dear colleague here in the university, student friends. Yeah, it's a great pleasure for me that I'm a part of this very important function. So I'll not take much time as an administrator here in the university, just for a kind information to the guests who are here. This Mizoram University established by an act of parliament, so in the year 2001. So since then, so Mizoram University, you know that it is a very young university, though it is young, but progressing very well in terms of academic and research. And the university function with these 10 schools now, and these 39 functioning departments with different centers, and we have different centers like incubation centers as well. And yeah, there may be so many challenges in terms of education, even in terms of this administration as well. Because having a course in the institution like here in Mizoram University, especially the engineering architecture, is not that very easy. Because as our Honorable Vice Chancellor has mentioned that having this department architecture here in Mizoram University, this is a very great opportunity, not only for Mizoram, for this Northeast as well. But last night we had a very informal discussion with our president here. What he said is that the demand of architect, not only as a whole in the world, but here in the country itself is very, very huge. For that, though, I discussed with him personally the challenges that we face. Because we were given this permission with a capacity of 40 in the beginning. But getting a good teacher and filling up the vacancy, the sanctioned vacant, is not that very easy. So because of that, the capacity has been pulled down to 20, sometime, I should say. But with the initiatives of our Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, so we were given the capacity to 30 as of now. So my only submission in the presence of the President of Council of Architecture is, so we are not talking about the compromising the education, but at least if there could be a consideration in terms of the minimum standard, at least as I was told that at least 15 faculties should be there to open this B.Arch course. But as we just heard from the faculty that we could manage somehow, but getting a sanction post is not that easy. Even then, so we could manage somehow. So that is why, so we seek a kind of help from the Council of Architecture as well. Because as the Vice Chancellor has mentioned that we, the university, focus on this very department architecture. Why? Because the Mizoram University, we would like Mizoram University to be made known by others through this architecture department. Because we see that we have potentials, but we cannot do alone. So with the help of the Council of Architecture, and the Mizoram Architect Forum as well. So if we have such a kind of, what to say, the convergence, hopefully that this Mizoram University will grow in terms of education, in terms of this research through this very department as well. So with that, so I congratulate the department for organizing this very beautiful conference. And I do hope and wish a very success of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request Architect Lalrinzwala, President, Mizoram Architect Forum, to give us a short speech and give us a scenario of architecture practices in Mizoram. Sir.
On behalf of the Mizoram Architects Forum, greetings to everyone, especially the distinct personnel on the dais and the authorities of the MZU and all those who come here. Greetings once again. I won't take much of your time. I'll just take about 5 minutes. It is with great joy that we are now hosting the first international architectural conference ever in Mizoram. It's like how our Honorable Vice Chancellor has said, it's a golden day for us, a golden letter day for us. And it's also it's the first day, let's say it's the first time that the Council of Architecture President has visited Mizoram. And we thank you so much again, sir, for coming all the way here. We hope this will bring forth a new era as well. And we know that this will not be possible without the dedication of the Department of Architecture with their HOD, and as well as the support of the authorities of the MZU. Thank you so much again, sirs. So we also acknowledge the presence of the Director of the School of Planning and Architecture, Vijay Wada, again. We had a informal discussion last night. We hope that in future, the architecture scenario will be much changed by your presence here. And we're very happy that the authorities of the university are very open to architecture. We are so grateful to all of you. So this is a conference on rethinking built environment, which we have kickstarted today. I think this underlines the fact that the current trend of our built environment is not sufficient enough all over the world. And if we take Aizawl city as a reference, it has the potential of becoming a very beautiful city with a lovely, wonderful climate, but the scenario is quite different. So we question today why we live in a community where we can hear our neighbors snoring, smell their dinner, or we can see them walking to their bedrooms, or touch their walls from our windows. Or we have to say at least a compulsory greeting every time we open our door, even if we don't like them. We live in such a scenario in Aizawl, and it's happening all over the world as well, especially in India as well. We also wonder why this is happening in Mizoram, because we claim that the green cover of Mizoram is 85%. We are lucky that we are having this program here in this beautiful campus, but this is not the reality of Aizawl. So rethinking built environment is a necessity, a must, and a priority. Now, Aizawl is also a city in which walking to any destination is a nightmare. No one can walk to any destination without people staring at you from the cars because you are too close to the cars. Why? Because there's no footpath. And even if there's a footpath, they are not wide enough to walk along with your friend side by side. You have to follow your friend. Or sometimes, even if you walk alone, you have to give way to the person coming towards you. We are in this scenario. But the climate, the weather, the landscape is such a beautiful thing that we could enjoy by walking. And the government is also taking steps towards non-motorized transport. It's doing its best. But still, cyclists are regarded as nuisance. One of our friends here, he's not here, but one architect colleague, he told me that when he was going for cycling to his office, a policeman stopped him and said, "We do not encourage cyclists to be there during working hours. So in the evening and in the morning, we can go for a cycling. Maybe for exercise." That's the scenario that's happening here in Aizawl. And we have beautiful vistas of rolling hills everywhere. We can see it right from here. And every locality is blessed with that vista. And every home, every window is blessed with such beautiful scenery. You can actually frame them. Maybe you can sell that frame online also. Who knows? But just like our honorable president of the council, he has to ask for someone to let them view that scenario from their window. That is what's happening here. We have beautiful views, but it's not for the public. It's for the private owners. That is the scenario that's happening here in Aizawl, again. And the weather is never harsh here. We don't have any extreme heat, nor extreme cold. And the breeze, as you can feel now, is never warm. It's always cool breeze. We never have warm breeze. And even if today, this campus is located in a very hotter region of Aizawl, even then you will not feel that it's hot if you open the windows. But all over Aizawl, people have installed air conditioning in their bedrooms because you cannot open your windows. It may be because of neighbors' thing, it may be because of bad design, it may be because of certain smell coming from some location. So we have to install air conditioning. So the need of the hour is rethinking built environment. Aizawl was just taken as an example, but it makes one understand the kind of problems that we have, the kind of problems we have created. Not the ones which have been there, but the ones we have created. So that is an example of how a perfectly fine environment could be closed out. So it also highlights the need of such a kind of conference we have here today. And I hope this conference, with all the speakers and all the topics, reinforces our approach towards creating a better built environment. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to request Professor Srikonda ji to give us a speech on his experience in Mizoram from yesterday's.
There are a lot of people, very eminent personalities are sitting on the dais. First, let me say, distinguished Honorable our Vice Chancellor, Dibakar Chandraji, and Chief Guest of our today's international program, Professor Abhay Purohitji, and Registrar, and Dean, and other President for the Architects Firms of the Mizoram, and local architects, and as well as students. Everybody here, it's a warm welcome to everyone. It's my privilege to be here with you to this first international conference of this particularly specifically given that rethinking of built environment. It's an interesting topic which everybody has to focus. What exactly we thought and processed for the built environment so far. Everybody says about it. It is not that extent fit enough to give the livable conditions and to work out the sustainable practices. That's the reason why we have to rethink, and then 4 themes, whatever has been given to this particular international conference. It's very interesting, which is really called for, where we can able to have very good discussions in the coming session. We can talk about the 4 themes. One is related to society, another one is the livability, third one is the resilience, and fourth one is you are talking about the climate change. All other items which are essentially required for the built environment, where there are different disciplines are involving, where we can able to focus very critically, and also we can discuss in detail in the coming sessions. Now, taking this inaugural session as a part of particularly being my presence here, I felt myself very honored. Thank you very much, one and all. I hope this conference is going to be great successful. Thank you once again to one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. We have, as a token of appreciation, we have prepared some mementos and handloom from Mizoram so that the dignitaries could take it back. So I request Dean, sir, to kindly give this to our Abhay Purohit ji, President, Council of Architecture. Next, I would like Dean sir to kindly give this token of appreciation to our Honorable VC sir. Respected HOD sir, to kindly give the token of appreciation to our Registrar sir. We would also like to thank Krishna ma'am for being here. I will request the ushers, Miss Sylvia, could you please present our bouquet to Krishna ma'am, please? Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking the time out to visit our department and be at the conference inauguration function. I would now request FO sir to kindly, sir, we would like to give a token of appreciation to you. So, HOD sir, could you please? No, sir. Sir, this is our bribe to you. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to remind to all the dignitaries and the participants that we have a gala dinner tomorrow. So it is again our request and invitation that everyone please be there. We have already shared the details and we would be sharing it again. I would now request Ms. Sylvia to give the vote of thanks and close the ceremony.
Esteemed guests on the dais, distinguished speakers, delegates, statutory officers, faculty members, participants, and students, a very good morning to you all. It is a great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks today. I, on behalf of the School of Fine Arts, Architecture, and Fashion Technology, first and foremost, would like to express our sincere thanks to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Abhay Purohitji, President, Council of Architecture. We are thrilled that you can grace us for the first international conference organized by the department. Your presence here today, sir, has truly elevated the significance of this event. And your wisdom, the experience and vision towards sustainability, your vision towards the field of architectural education has truly enlightened us and inspired us and gave us new insights and new approach for the excellence, to strive for excellence to the profession. We wish you could have stayed a bit longer and explored the beauty of Mizoram, but nonetheless, we are truly grateful that you you could spare time to be with us in spite of your busy schedule. We hope you visit again, sir. And I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Professor Divakar Chandra Deka, for the immense support and encouragement. We are deeply grateful for the time and effort that you have invested in attending this conference, and also for sharing your words of wisdom and your expertise to us. We are truly inspired by your vision towards contextual architectural design approach, and we would definitely look into the innovative suggestions that you have for the department, sir. And I would also like to thank our respected registrar, sir, Professor Lanundanga, for being with us today. Your insights into the challenges and opportunities within the realm of architectural education as a profession has also enlightened us. I would also like to mention that it is a great opportunity to express our heartfelt thanks to our President of Mizoram Architects Forum, Architect Alarin Zwala, who is no stranger to the department. We are deeply honored to have you with us and to be inspired by you once again. And Mizoram Architects Forum as a whole for the collaboration and support that we have received, not just for this conference, but since the inception of the department. We thank the Mizoram Architects Forum. And further, we are immensely grateful for our distinguished keynote speakers, especially Professor Ramesh Srikonda, sir, Director SPA Vijayawada, who has physically given the effort to come here in person. We look forward for your inspiring speeches in the coming session, sir. And other keynote speakers, Professor Pratush Shankar from Chanachandra University, Architect Rafiz Azam from Bangladesh, Professor Ayod Sharif from Japan, and all other session chairs who have accepted to be a part of this event. We are honored for the opportunity to have learned from you and to learn from your expertise, and we look forward again to gain valuable insights and expand our knowledge in the various fields of built environment. And we would like to express our gratitude to our sponsors and our knowledge partners for their generous support for the success of this conference. And last but not the least, I extend our appreciation to the organizing committee, the different subcommittees like the DECO team, the technical team, reception and hospitality team, the refreshment team, and everyone else involved, especially the students who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure the smooth execution of this conference. Your dedication and hard work has been instrumental in making this event a grand success. Thank you once again to everyone who has been a part of this memorable event, and I hope this conference will be enriching to all participants. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sylvia. We would like to, we have arranged for refreshments and tea on the first level. We request the ushers to kindly escort the dignitaries. Also the participants, everyone please. And 11:30 is when we have our keynote speaker, so please join back here at 11:30.